Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today's general reading. What message does your demon partner or lover have for you? So let's channel those vibes before we hop right into the cards, right? Who is this demon that we're talking about? Because some of you guys might have multiple demon partnerships if you are attracted to my channel. Who is it in particular that's giving this message? You know, I thought about like a wolf, like a dog. You know, I thought about Anpu. So yeah, I thought about a hound. Someone who appears as like maybe a dog. Or has the attributes of having like red eyes. So perhaps this demon has a close connection to the earth. I saw like, you know, the spiral of like Gaia. Like on a hand in particular. And perhaps it's like the spiritual path that this demon encourages you to take, or the spiritual, like their spirituality is really shrouded in like nature and like connecting back to nature, connecting back to the roots of life and just like wildness, generally speaking, but almost like a mysterious wildness. I think maybe the moon, a connection to the moon. This demon might be like feminine in nature. You know who that kind of reminds me of? Hecate. Well, okay, let's hop right into the message. Cause I feel like if I continue sitting up here channeling, I'm gonna be like taking my sweet ass time. So let's just hop into the message and hop into the vibes, perhaps, as well. So we're gonna start with the vibes of who this demon partner is. You know what I mean? Let's continue the vibes. Let's continue channeling the vibes with the cards. Okay. Oops, did I shake the tripod? My apologies. I'm gonna have to put down my microphone because guys, I have to shuffle the cards. Okay. So who is the collective's demon partner? Who's the collective's demon partner? Who's the collective's demon partner? What is their vibe? What's their vibe? Okay, so let's see what cards we have. Okay. All right. So this demon bestows gifts. Obviously is, you know, a talented magician, a creator, really in tune with the energy of like art and love. This is someone who has a lot of goals and has like a whole entire plan for what it is that they want to achieve. Someone who's really like in tuned with their purpose above all else and their world order. And they can be represented through like certain cycles. I thought of like moon phases. Like obviously they have like a very strong connection to the moon. Especially since I felt called to like use this deck, this cosmic pearl deck that was gifted to me. I was called to use this deck, and this deck is about like, you know, Aphrodite energy, water energy. And obviously like the ocean is very, very connected to the moon with like the tides and the waves. So I really do feel like there's this feminine energy that is coming from this demon. You know, I thought about Lilith for a second. With also like the moon cycles. I feel like this demon also is someone who encourages you to receive or aim towards the best outcome in any type of situation. They encourage you to never like settle for less or settle for like the easier path, or like, you know, the option that seems like the easiest to obtain. But I also feel like this demon is someone who like transforms or takes many different forms. And someone who really does enjoy like creating and beauty and allure. You know, this like this cup right here, or like, what is she holding? Is this a bowl? She's holding a bowl. It kind of reminds me of Lucifer with the cup. Or the chalice. The cup. The cup. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Lucifer with the chalice. And even then, he has some type of allure energy. And feminine energy with being the light bringer, or someone who's represented by like, I guess like earthly desires and earthly allure in a sense. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this demon that has come to you with the message. So if that sounds like, you know, your demon, then you already know who it is, right? I don't know if we should pull some more cards to, you know, see the vibe, but I feel like we kind of get like the vibe for real. I feel like we should just move into the message, right? All right, let's start with the tarot. So what message does your demon partner have for you? What message does the collective's demon partner have for you? Messages collective's demon partner. You know who I also thought of? I also thought of Gremory with the red hair in these photos. Like this. I don't know if this is supposed to be a portrait of Aphrodite, but like with the red hair, it kind of reminded me of Gremory. And she's supposed to have like red hair. So, and she has a lot of divine feminine energy. Or at least she's represented by divine feminine energy. So some of you guys might be connected to her. I really do feel like there's just this intense, so like feminine energy that is being highlighted in this pile. I also like thought of like someone who's like a grandmother or like some type of like ancestral being, like perhaps this like demon has had some type of like impact on your bloodline or has been with you throughout past lives within your blood. And like really their whole entire like purpose, or I guess like goal with you, is to reach like the ultimate like liberation in your life, especially when it comes down to your craft. And if you resonate with feminine energy, or you know, identify as a girl, then you understand like the just like sensitive history when it comes down to, you know, womanhood and like witchcraft. As it's been demonized, womanhood has been demonized into something that like pertains to witchcraft a lot of the time, when some of these women weren't even witches at all, you know, just normal ladies who stood up for what they believed in or lived the life that, you know, called to them, and they were accused of being something they weren't. Or, you know, with the women that were witches, the women that were very in tune with their spirituality, you know, they were persecuted for, you know, listening to the calling of their heart, their intuition. And so really, I feel like you guys, your partnership with this demon is about liberation. Even if you don't resonate with the feminine energy, even if you know, resonate with that Mars King energy, like even if you resonate with that energy, there's still like this just very intense message about liberation when it comes down to your spirituality. Because, you know, whether you are masculine or feminine or in between, like there's always just this like deep fear of like witchcraft and demonology and, you know, spirituality that sits outside the norm of what society wants us to practice or believe or, you know, feel called to. And so really like your purpose, or I guess like the main goal that this this demon wants for you is really liberation. Okay. Okay, so you're hesitant about something that you probably should do. Let's continue pulling the tarot. I had to just break and like, you know, mention that. Okay. What message does the collective's demon partner have for me? Oh my gosh! Look! Gremory! And look, she even has the moon above her. We have Gremory. She has just appeared in the reading. Okay. See, so a connection to Gremory for some of you guys. And some of you may not even, like, know it, right? Okay, so you guys are like coming up on like a really intense transformation. Maybe you're getting the signs, or like there's just been a lot of talk about transformation, you know what I mean? Or you just like feel this urge that something needs to change, something has to give, right? But you're like kind of like afraid deep down inside, because you know once you experience that transformation, nothing's going to be the same. Like you're going through like this like moment in time where you're like shedding the skin, like, you know, like a snake, like shedding the old skin and you're becoming someone new. And I feel like since we're really highlighting this, like, you know, this like really beautiful dark feminine energy, like it's time to get wild. It's time to like tap into like that that I guess wild women archetype that you have within your soul. Even if like I said, even if you are not like fully resonant with the feminine energy, I feel like the feminine energy that is being highlighted here is creation energy. So just coming back to your roots and, you know, coming back to like your spirituality. I feel like maybe some of you guys have kind of got lost along the way, where it's like you've had to be like a lot of different people, a lot of, you know, different people, and you've had to like play a lot of different characters and just kind of suppress it. Oh, and like even then, like on the Ace of Wands card, there's a serpent. Do you see that? There's a serpent on the wand. So it's like I feel like the serpent in this case is you guys. Like you guys are the serpent that's like transforming, and that's also like just a sign of like mastery. So it's like you're really starting to come back into your spirituality. It's like maybe you guys got distracted and you're coming back into it. And maybe it's like you're like kind of like afraid to like fully tap into your spirituality because it's just like there's just this depth to it that you don't fully understand. There's this depth to it that's just like kind of frightening and scary, and it's opening you up to a world that you haven't seen. It's like it's even scarier than maybe like your first or second or third awakening. How many other awakenings you had? Like this one is just more transformative. It's like leading you to something that you just haven't really been comfortable exploring. You know what I mean? There's this just emphasis on death energy with Gremory, and you know, the old you's dying, the new you's coming in, and it's just something that's like frightening. And you feel like that presence, you feel like that the transformation is waiting for you, but you are afraid to pursue it because it's like there's things that are going to change, and you're just like not quite comfortable with the new person that you're going to become. Like, does it make sense? Like you're about to become somebody new, and it's like kind of scary. And like with the Three of Swords, it's like maybe there's just been like a lot of like heartbreak and just fear when it comes on your spirituality. Like you haven't been able to fully like love and explore it and like just come into it because of other people's opinions or like safety reasons and stuff like that. And you just had to like suppress it or hide it. But I feel like this like era, it's like you're finally going to be free, you're finally going to be liberated, you're finally going to be able to focus on your spirituality, you're finally going to be able to like face the full depth, like the full depth of the darkness. And it's like really scary because you haven't been able to like do that. You've had to like kind of like teeter, you know, into like the light and teeter into like the fake personality that you've had to adopt out of fear that people will figure out, you know, your true spirituality. And now that like you're in this moment, this era, this like defining transformation, you're afraid to like fully face the darkness, fully face your magic. Like, am I making sense? Like, let's add on to this. Let's add on to this. Can the collective's demon partner please elaborate with what they're saying? The collective's demon partner, please elaborate with what they are saying, with their message, please. Okay, so they're saying, like, they're really highlighting that, like, yeah, you've had to, like, walk away. Like, with the Eight of Cups energy, you've had to, like, step away from the full depth of your spirituality. Just out of fear, or, like, maybe just even, like, you're just scared that someone's gonna hurt you. That someone's going to come after you. Someone's going to find out the real you if you like fully step into it. And maybe you've had to just like play a different character and just like really pretend to be somebody that you're not so you can like be safe. And so you haven't been able to fully like step into the depth of your magic because of that. And I really do feel as though with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Wands, like, it's really highlighting that you will be able to enjoy the full, like, depth of your magic. The full depth that you haven't been able to enjoy or explore before. But you know, you have to be willing to allow that depth into your life, because some of you guys have just been like really used to staying in this like false light for other people. And it's like intimidating to finally be yourself without like restraint and just be like wild and free. But with the Nine of Pentacles, it's really like highlighting that you're going to be able to be liberated, be free, be the magician, the witch that you've always wanted to be with this transformation that's taking place. But you have to trust, you have to really trust yourself. I know like a lot of these like readers and a lot of these people, I know it's on tarot YouTube, like they'll be like, trust the universe. And I say that in my messages as well, trust the universe. But it's really important right now to trust yourself. To really trust that like, to trust your own intuition. To trust that it has led you down the path that is right for you. To trust that, you know, you are becoming the master magician that you have always been meant to be. Is that proper grammar? Been meant to be? No, that's not. You are becoming the magician you've always been meant to be. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that's what they're really highlighting with the cards. And you know, just don't be afraid. Like, this is a really exciting transformation. And like, I had to say, like, you guys are beautiful. Your path, your journey is beautiful. All the work that you have done to even get to this moment that you're at right now, it's just truly, genuinely beautiful. And you guys need to take a deep breath. Understand your power. Understand like the just like magnitude of your power, the magnitude of the power that's in your soul. Because you guys are extremely, extremely gifted, powerful, amazing magicians, capable of creating any reality that you desire. You know, opening portals is what I heard. Like, you guys can open portals, open gateways, doors. You guys are the master magician, but you know, it's frightening. You haven't really been able to fully step into that power. Fully like use like all that vastness of like your gifts, because you've had to like, you know, just like play as that other person for other people. And you know, if you've been feeling like just like suffocated, like there's a liberation coming soon, whether that be leaving your situation or some people leaving you behind, and you might feel sad. With the Three of Swords, you might feel sad. You might feel a little scared because you've gotten so used to suppressing yourself, but it's all really worth it at the end of the day. And, you know, the King of Wands really highlights like just a successful transformation overall, a really satisfying transformation, a passionate transformation. So, and you know, with the Four of Swords, there's just been a lot of attacks. Like, you know, you've had your like burning at the stake moments, you know what I mean? It's giving Thomason from The Witch. Like, you guys have been just like attacked for being you, for being yourself. Even when, you know, you weren't in like your little demonic light. Even when you weren't like doing your little like red-haired, scarlet hair things, you know what I mean? Like, even when you're on like maybe even like a different path, like just people have always just felt this energy where it's like there's something wrong with you, you're evil. And it's like, that's not the case. They just don't understand your power. They don't understand the magic. They're intimidated by it. And listen, let the universe, let your energy remove the people who aren't meant to be, who aren't meant to witness the magic, to witness you as a master magician, all right? Let's pull some more cards. All right, continue the message. All right, so what else does the collective's demon partner have to say to them? What else does the collective's demon partner say to them? Okay, you know what? I have a lot to say about this card right here with the happiness card. Okay, first off, like, look at the globes. Look at the globes. Do you see this? It's giving Baphomet. It really is. Here, let me pause for a second. I apologize, guys. Somebody was calling me, which is annoying as fuck. Okay, anyways, coming back to the message, like, look at the Journeys card. I already said, like, the globes, like the world, it really does remind me of Baphomet energy and just being on top of the world. Like, really, there's something so divine about, like, your spiritual order. It's something that's going to change the world. You're going to change the world. Like, and then with the Baphomet Holter, like the Holter Baphomet energy, it's like being a pillar of a community, like having impact on a community. You guys are very powerful. And then, like, with the checkerboard, it reminded me of, like, masonry. With the entire checkerboard floor. Like, so having your own type of, like, community or society of like-minded people. You guys are all meant to change the world, but I imagine you sitting on top of, like, the globe. And then with the Journeys card, like, there's a lot of, like, new things that you're going to be discovering very soon about your spirituality, but also you're going to be, like, exploring. Like, this transformation leads you to explore, maybe even, like, your environment. Oh, with the liberation thing, like, you're leaving a lot of people behind. You're leaving maybe an old place behind, like a place where you just felt suffocated, like maybe leaving your state or leaving your country, wherever the hell calls to you. You're leaving somewhere. For some, with friends, like, there's a lot of support behind the scenes from, like, your demons that you just don't see. But also, like, you're meeting new people with Journeys. And maybe, like, if you're going to a new place, like, you're gonna meet some, like, soul tribe members, right? I became so there, soul tribe members. You're gonna meet some good people, right? But with, like, friends, like, I feel like you're gonna find your community very soon. You're gonna, like, meet them in person. You're gonna travel and see them. And with intuition, it's, like, really time to stop, like, bucking the calling. And it's time to, like, really listen to, like, what your soul is telling you to do. Like, just because you're afraid, you know, doesn't mean that it isn't meant to happen. You know? You're afraid because you're afraid of the transformation. You're afraid of the full depth of your magic because it is scary. It is frightening. It's mysterious. It's intense. You're afraid of the depth of your power. That's why you're afraid. But it doesn't mean that, like, your intuition's wrong, because it's calling you to where you need to be. And you really need to listen to it. And, like, with the key, like, look how the key is in her heart. Your heart is the key to your purpose, to the world. Creating is the key to the world. Being in tune with your magic, that's the key to the world. And I really do feel like if you listen to your heart and listen to, like, what, you know, it's calling you to do, you'll be the ruler of the world. So I really do feel like that's what your demon's saying. And really don't underestimate, like, the power of the spiritual team that is behind you. Listen, it is not that you only have demons, baby. You have angels. You have angels. You have all types of beings behind you. You don't even know. Beings that you don't even know exist. All right? Let's just be so for real. You got forces and powers that you don't know exist. You got entities watching you. All right? But in a good way, for sure. For sure. So please, you don't know the depth. You don't know the people that are taking care of you right now. You don't know. So just trust that everything is working out in your favor. Trust that this transformation that you're going through is divine. Trust that there is power behind you as a magician. Trust the magic that is in your blood, because you are royalty, all right? You are royalty in your day-to-day life, and you need to treat yourself as such. Stop settling for less. Stop settling for people who don't understand your power. Stop settling for people who don't care about you. Stop settling for people who are afraid of your depth. And stop being afraid of your depth, as a matter of fact. Stop being afraid of your magic. Stop being afraid of your powers. Because what's going on with that? Like, you're a king, you're a queen, you're an emperor, empress, a monarch, a lord of this world. Wherever the hell you're the god of your world. And so treat yourself as such. You know? Like, did Lilith ever doubt her power? Highly doubt it. They don't. Lucifer, he didn't doubt his power. He said, I'm not doing this shit anymore. So, that's the thing about you. You don't have to put up with people's bullshit. You can leave. You don't have to pull up the bullshit. Do what you gotta do, right? Leave behind the people who don't fit your energy. Leave behind the people who aren't rocking with you. Leave behind the people that aren't tight with you, right? Leave behind the situations that are elevating you, and choose to transform and choose to be the master magician that you are and rule the world. And so on your globe, which is your throne, right? Be the king that you're meant to be, right? Okay? And like, honestly, you're really about to experience like more happiness. Like, you're going to experience the most happiness that I think you haven't experienced this happiness in such a long time. And you're about to experience it like full force. It's going to be crazy. All right. And also, really, like, I feel like they're highlighting a call to do the things that make you happy. A call to do what, like, is calling to you. Like, why are you always doing things for other people? Like, some of you guys need to stop people pleasing. Some of you guys need to stop. Some of you guys are addicted to, like, just pushing yourself down. Because, like, you're just used to it. That, like, you're, like, so scared that if you focus on yourself and you focus on your divine purpose, that you're going to get hurt. That someone's going to come after you. Come on. Come on now. The world would never let that happen. Your universe. You. Listen, it can't happen. Listen, there's beings, there's forces that are behind you that would never let people rock you from your purpose. Let's be so for real. Maybe some people have been crazy towards you. Maybe some people haven't understood your power. Maybe some people have underestimated you. Or have painted you to be a terrible person because of your magic. Whatever it may be. But, listen, those people, they'll be taken care of. That's for sure, alright? They'll be taken care of. They'll be taken care of. You don't know, and you don't have to worry about it, alright? Don't worry about anybody else. You need to be worried about yourself. You need to be worried about your purpose. And listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, all right? Because that's what matters the most. And there's so many blessings that are being poured into your cup. Your cup, your chalice, all right? There's so many blessings that are being bestowed upon you. So just please trust that there's a divine team, a divine kingdom behind you, making sure that you get to where you need to go, right? All right. So let's pull some more cards. What else does the collectives demon partner have to say? Is there anything else that they have to add on? Okay, period. See, with that mother energy, that's like your demon partner. That mother energy, they're taking care of you. They love you. They love you so very much. Okay, duality. Don't be afraid to harness both dark and light. Don't be afraid to harness both dark and light. You're a force of both energies. Okay? And with the mirror card, it's like really time to reflect yourself. Like some of you guys mirror other people because, you know, if you're yourself, like you might get hurt. It's time to start being yourself truly, authentically. Above all else, be yourself, right? The door. So it's time to travel into like that next era of your life. And like it's about to be crazy in a good way. That's what I'm thinking. Like it's about to be crazy in a good way. And with the mother card, it really highlights just creating. Like, and with the mother card, it could also like highlight like tuning into your witchcraft, really. Because witchcraft is creation. Like, it is something that is also very creative as well. Right? So like it's time to step through the door. It's time to step through the portal that's been calling to you. Because this has been a long calling. It really has. And it's time to listen to the calling. It's a divine calling. It's a calling from your heart. To mirror yourself. Be yourself 100%. Because some of you guys will just be, you'll be trying to be somebody else. You'll be trying to be somebody else, right? Also with the mirror card, it could really be talking about like facing your demons. Like your own demons. Like you as a demon. Like, you know, you got a shadow that has still been like, you know, the depth of it. I keep saying depth. Because like there's just like a depth that hasn't been fully like explored. Like that's like one of the biggest energies that I'm sensing in this reading. It's like there's just like this power to you that hasn't been like fully looked into, and it's partially mainly because you're afraid of it. Like there's just like this really intense darkness, and it's just so intense that like it scares you even though it's yours. But you gotta learn to tame it. You gotta learn to love it. I also thought about like Coraline, like her like crawling through that little door. Like I thought of her. Like some of you guys are kind of like Coraline, where you have like that like intense energy. Like she's really like bullheaded from what I remember. That's what you guys kind of remind me of. You're afraid that like when you crawl through that little door, you're going to find a world that like is scary. That isn't the way that, you know, you expected it to be. You know what I mean? Kind of like the upside down from Stranger Things. That's what it's giving. You know what I mean? Like, you're afraid that when you walk through this portal, it's going to be something that like is frightening, scary. But just like Vecna from Stranger Things, he learned to master the darkness. He learned to be the king of the darkness. He learned to love the darkness that was, you know, in this other world, on the other side. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what it's giving. Like you gotta learn to like master the darkness, especially with the duality card. Like you gotta learn to be able to face it, be able to use it a part of your power. What am I saying? Why did I start getting like lost and like what was going on with that? You know what I mean? I was just thinking about like really his just development. You know, he was always so comfortable with the darkness, and it's like for you guys, like it's always been something that's been a part of you, but like you're afraid to face your full force. That's the thing. It's like you love the demons, you love the witchcraft and stuff like that, but like when it comes down to like the full force of it, like you're like, ooh, this is scary, you know what I mean? It shocks you. But you gotta accept it. Okay, we're about to wrap this up with, you know, this oracle deck and then, you know, the keyword cards, all right? So, is there anything else that they have to say? I've been like pulling on your demon's hair, like just asking for the messages, yanking for the messages. Or is there anything else that the collective's demon has to say? Like, is there anything else? Like, is there anything else they have to say to wrap up this message, right? Okay, this is heat. This is heat. I love this. I love this. I love this. See with the moon. You see with the moon? With Artemis? Time to be brave. Time to step into your power. Oh. Look at the deer behind her. Okay. Like I was mentioning at the beginning of the reading, like nature, coming back to nature. Like, and I was like thinking of like, you know, Gaia's spiral. So like some of you guys have like maybe like a protector that's like just really in tune with nature, presents himself as a deer or like as like some type of animal. But I was thinking about like a deer. You know what's so crazy? Like when I was taking a walk like maybe a week ago, I saw like just this like deer. She was staring at me. She was alone. She was just in the woods. It's crazy. She was like almost like on the trail, like actually like standing there. It's crazy as hell. But I've seen a lot of interesting animals in my time, right? Even speaking of like, it could be like an owl. This, you know, stole his energy. You know what's even crazier? Like maybe 2 weeks ago, I saw an owl in a tree, which is crazy. And they were also staring at me. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. There's people that are protecting you. Protecting you. There's people that are protecting you for real. Like I said, don't underestimate your spiritual team because you just don't know the powers at play. You don't know the powers at play, all right? Coming back to the message, really, just be brave. Coming into this like new era of your spirituality, it's the best thing that you can do. And be truthful to yourself. Always, 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 always stick to your divine truth no matter what. No matter what, okay? No matter what happens, stick to your divine truth. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. This reading is confirming it right here. You have a sacred contract. You have a reasoning for why you're here. You're meant to shake shit up. You're meant to change things in this world. Okay, you're meant to create. Okay, with the Ankh right there, you're meant to create. Even then, with Isis, she has that like that creator energy. That intense, like, feminine creation energy. So you're meant to be here and, like, create for real. You're meant to shake things up. You're meant to sit on top of the world as the king, right? You know, and that is just kind of, like, what I'm getting. I forgot to pull the keywords. Let's pull the keywords. And then we're gonna seriously wrap this up, because I'm, like, yapping way too long. But you guys get what I'm saying. You guys understand. You guys are game changers. Okay, and is there any keywords that the collective's demon partner has for them? Okay, so that's what I'm saying, like, heart. I was talking about, like, the key is in you guys' hearts. Follow your heart, okay? There's obviously an initiation that's going on right here. There's spiritual support around you with friends, see? We got friends twice. Listen to your heart. Listen to what it's telling you to do, and do not worry. There's so much support around you. So that is the message. If you guys loved this reading, please feel free to subscribe. And, you know, if you feel called to, donate me a new deck or a gift through my throne wish list, link in the description. And if you really resonated with this reading and this was like hitting so hard, let's book a personal, all right? We got the link in the description below if you really feel called to it. You know, let's get a personal reading going, all right? So I offer that now. Check the link in the description below and, you know, comment. I love you guys so much, and you guys mean the world to me, and it's just so great to have a community. I really try to leave these positive messages at these positive messages at the end of the video because you guys mean a lot to me. You guys are amazing, beautiful souls, and I truly love every single one of you guys. I hope that your spiritual journey is just all the more amazing and magical than it already is now, and really, take care.